Young man not feeling good, obviously. Pence keeping the football, and he's going to be hit by several defenders for the Golden Tide. Number 86 White is there, 79 Bailey, and 65 Rodemaker. Third and about 4 for Greenfield. Dyersburg's on top of Martin Westview right now, 20-14. Greenfield back in a spread formation. 24 coming across the formation. Pence is going to keep it, but he's going to be tackled. And that's number 65, Rodemaker, on the play. Jordan Johnson, number 19, was there as well. (20-20) now in Martin and Dyersburg. Penalty against the Golden Tide. Personal foul against Greenfield. Against Peabody. And that's going to be enough for a first down for Greenfield. So I'm not sure what happened there, but it was a personal foul according to the official. 3:13 to play here in the second period. Tight end to the left, up back to the left for Greenfield. 2 wideouts. In motion is number 4. And Pence is going to keep the ball going up the middle. And he's going to have very little gain on the play. Second and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. Same formation as the 2 previous plays for the Yellow Jackets. Same play. Pence is going to be running the football. And that was number 62, Grant McEwen, and number 86, Ryan White, coming in, making the tackle on the play. (35-0) is your score. 1:24 to go here before half. Third and long for the Yellow Jackets. Number 24 is going to be running the football, and he's going to be tackled by Logan Morris on the play. Zach Lewis running the football. And so we're already under a continuous clock as we're under 1 minute to play here before halftime. Fourth and long for Greenfield. You'd have to think they'd run as much time as they could off the clock before they surrender the ball and punt it to Peabody. And that looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, is we're already down to about 25 seconds. Well, I guess they're just going to let the clock run out. So since there are 10 seconds to go here before half, as looks like Greenfield was extended a little grace there by the clock operator. We'll come back for this punt right before halftime as you're watching Golden Tide football here on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. Little trick play on the play as Lewis is going to take the football, and he's going to try to go wide, and that's going to bring it into the first half. Peabody's winning by a score of 35-0 here at halftime. We'll be back for the second half as you're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. We're back for the start of the second half. Goodman set to kick off for the Greenfield Yellow Jackets. Ball's going to be taken by Malone right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped at midfield where Peabody will have it 1st and 10. First team offense back on the field for the Tide, with the exception of number 7, Kendrick Malone, is in at quarterback. Other substitutions on the field at wide receiver, number 1, Logan Morris, and number 9, Dre Ballou. And that's number 24, William Harris, tackled in the backfield, as there wasn't much blocking for William on that play. Loss of about 4 on the play. I'm going to make it 2nd and 14. Also into the contest for the Golden Tide, number 8, Brandon Johnson. And number 2, Rico Buchanan. So all new receivers this second half for the Golden Tide. Malone back to pass. And the ball is going to be tipped and intercepted. And number 4 is going to run it in for a touchdown for the Greenfield Yellow Jackets. And so a tip pass ends up being a score. Intercepted pass run all the way back for the Golden Tide as William Harris tipped the ball, and number 4 caught it for the Yellow Jackets and just ran it all the way in untouched, and for their first score tonight. I don't have a number 4 on my roster. Greenfield lined up to go for 2 here after the touchdown score. And that's going to be Pence hitting the backfield, as Pence went to tailback, and a freshman is in now at quarterback for Greenfield, Will Northcutt, 5'10", 135-pounder. Nonetheless, we'll go to halftime, we'll go to a break after that score is 35-6 with 10:27 to go. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. Goodman kicking off for the Yellow Jackets. Gets a pretty good foot into it this time. And that's Jared Penn taking the ball, and he's going to go up the middle. Penn still on his feet, and they better get him down because before you know it, he'll be in the end zone. And so we've missed Penn. Penn's been out for several weeks, I think, with chicken pox. It's good to have Jared back on the field. Good return from the Golden Tide. Same offense on the field that was started the second half for Peabody. Malone at quarterback, Harris at the running back. Malone back to pass. Over the middle. Goes through the hands of Ryan White. Ball could have been a little bit higher, but that was a catchable football. Ryan's got to make his quarterback look good right there and bring that ball in. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Harris handed the football, and he's going to have a pickup of about 6, maybe 7 on the play. Going to make it 3rd and about 4. Maybe 3rd and 3 for the Golden Tide. Harris running the football, and he's going to be hit and stopped at about the 36-yard line, but that's going to be enough for a first down for the Golden Tide.
Pfeiffer and Smith on the stop for the Jackets. Harris on the carry. First down, Trenton Peabody.
Good opportunity for the Golden Tide to get some reps for number 7, Kendrick Malone. Chances are in the next 4 to 5 weeks of action, as the schedule gets tough the last 3 games of the year, and then on into the playoffs, you're going to need Kendrick Malone to step up at some point at quarterback. And so Malone's pass was intended to Morris over his head. Morris has got Malone's got a live arm. Second and 10 for Peabody. Tight end to the left, to the right. Harris running the football. And he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 5 on the play. Number 30 for Greenfield. Heath Smith, 6 foot, 200 pound. Middle linebacker, sophomore. Good-looking player for the Greenfield Yellow Jackets. Tight end to the right. Wide out, split wide. 2 to the near side. Malone rolls out, throwing the ball out here to Morris. Morris does a little jump stop, dipsy-do, but the ball comes out. And there to get on the ball is his quarterback coming up, making the play from behind him. Malone gets on the ball. And so Logan has made a complete transformation. His sophomore year, I believe he played center, and now he's a wide receiver. But he ran the ball like a center right there as he dropped the football after making a pretty good move. Hold that football. Malone back to pass, out in the flat. It goes to White. White's going to be running the football down to about the 11 or 12-yard line, pickup of about 7 or 8 on the play.
White on the reception, taken down by Greenfield, Zach Lewis, and Austin Penn. Second down for Trenton.
Second and 3 for the Golden Tide. Kendrick Malone at quarterback. Tight end to the left side of the formation. That's the strength of the formation. Ball on the ground, and it looks like McKenzie has recovered. And number 57 and number 71 got in the backfield for the Golden Tide. Created some confusion, And in the handoff between Malone and Harris, the ball just popped out onto the ground, and before you know it, Greenfield's gotten on top of it, and they stop the second drive of the half for the Golden Tide. And so I don't know what Coach Pitt said at halftime, but he gave these boys a pretty good speech, and they've come out ready to play here the second half. 35-6 is the score. Peabody. First defense remains on the field. Pence has gone to tailback. Number 14, Northcutt. They're saying they're one player short, and so Greenfield's going to have to call timeout to get enough players on the field. We'll take timeout with them. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. So back to 1st and 10, coming off a timeout for Greenfield. They didn't have enough players on the field, but they do now. Ball's on the ground, and Peabody got on top of it, and so just like that, Greenfield turns the ball back over. And there to get the football is number 65, David Rodemaker. Rodemaker will stay in the game now at center. Number 65, the last series. Number 67, Drew Vandiver, was in at center for Peabody. Peabody flip-flops the side of the line, weak and strong. And they're just not getting a block on somebody. As number 54 and number 57 getting penetration. Colton McAllister coming across, getting good penetration against Peabody, and somebody's not blocking on that particular play. And really the last two times, William Harris has carried the football. Loss of 1 on the play. New play called by Coach Woods. Malone back to pass. He throws the football, and that's going to be enough for a touchdown for the Golden Tide. And so good call from the sideline as Coach Woods changed the play. Got the communication in to Malone. Malone checked off and hits a touchdown pass. Hits a touchdown pass out there to number 8, I believe, for Peabody, Brandon Johnson. Number 85 late into the contest, Jonathan Lancaster. Crockett on for the PAT. And I believe he shanked that one dead to the left. And so loss of focus there by Hunter. Either that or a bad hold. We'll have to review the play on film and see what happened. Nonetheless, Peabody goes up 41-6, and it's back to a 35-point lead. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Back deep for Greenfield.
Crenshaw gets a foot into it, ball taken at about the 15-yard line. Number 4 comes out, and he's going to be hit here out of bounds. Number 40, Hutcherson, for the Golden Tide, makes the play. Trace Hutcherson, wide receiver and defensive back for the Golden Tide. And so pretty good return. About a 25-yard return for number 4 for Greenfield. Several substitutions in for the Golden Tide on defense. Number 82 into the contest. Over here at this left defensive end, Paul Jenkins. Number 74 is into the contest, Raheem Overstreet. Zay Norman is on defense now for the Golden Tide. And number 71, Bishop Argo. Bishop's the son of Coach Argo, middle school head coach, and transferred over to Peabody from Crockett County. Good to have Bishop playing for the Tide men. Middle linebacker is number 83 for the Golden Tide, and that is Willis Johnson. Number 4 carrying the football, and he's just kind of slippery. He gets through, but he's going to have enough for a first down.
Greenfield, Matt Machowski on the carry.
Machowski is on the carry for Greenfield, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Other linebackers into the contest for Peabody is number 10, Brian Banks, and number 21, Miguel Anderson. First and 10, Greenfield. Pence carrying the football. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds by number 15, Hodges, after another first down carry by Austin Pence, number 10, for the Yellow Jackets. And so Peabody's second team is in on defense, and Greenfield's got a little momentum running the football against them. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third period.
Timeout, Peabody.
Timeout on the field. Peabody called it. We'll take timeout with them. You're watching Golden Tide football. TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Melissa Williams, Sarah Ann Pope, and Alex Roberts. Good job, girls.
Tackle by number 83, Willis Johnson. Coming in making a pretty good step. Machowski hit, and he's slow getting up on the play.
Taken down by Johnson for the Golden Tide. Second down, Greenfield.
Second and 8 for Greenfield. Machowski took a pretty good lick right there from Willis Johnson, number 83 for the Golden Tide. Johnson's trying to tell the coach, let me in on the first team every now and then. I'll show you how to play. I formation. Lanham is the up back. Number 41 carries the football. And I don't have a number 41 on my roster, so I'm not sure. Hunter Manus is the young man's name, according to the loudspeaker announcer. He was number 68 on my roster, but they've made him a running back. Number 41 now. Third and long for Greenfield. Northcutt at quarterback, a freshman. And Manus gets on top of it as the ball gets on the ground. And that's going to bring up fourth and long.
Covered by Hunter Manus for Jack. Fourth down.
Coach is content letting the play clock run for a little bit. And we're down to 25 seconds. It started at 50. And the referee's counting down 5 seconds, and there it is. Timeout's called by Coach Don Pitt with 19.2 seconds. We'll take timeout with them. You're watching Golden Tide football against the Greenfield Yellow Jackets. Peabody's winning 41-6 here on TV 22. We'll be back after this short break. 4th and 11 for Greenfield, and it looks like they're going to be going for it. Northcutt is in the backfield, along with Manus. Ball is snapped back here to Northcutt, and he's going to be throwing it long. And breaking in front of the play is number 40. Trace Hutcherson breaks it up, and Peabody will take over 1st and 10.
Peabody will take over on down.
That's going to bring it in to the 3rd quarter. Peabody's winning 41-6. We'll come back for the start of the 4th quarter as you're watching Peabody Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. Pass complete out on the left side to number 8 for the Golden Tide, Brandon Johnson. And quarterback is Malone. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Golden Tide. First play of the 4th quarter. Three wide receivers out to the wide side of the field. And just hit number 9, Dre Ballou, in a bad place, just right in the hands.
Ball is incomplete. 2nd down, Golden Tide.
So you got to make those catches in this offense for it to be successful. Continuous clock runs here in a 35-point lead for the Golden Tide. Johnson runs the football. He's still breaking free, and he's breaking loose, and it looks like he's going to go all the way in. Touchdown for the Golden Tide as he was hit in the backfield and immediately stopped by number 51, but he was able to break free and go the distance. And so maybe Peabody's got a running back there out of Brandon Johnson. 47-6 is the score. Hunter Crockett on to try the PAT. Hunter was perfect until the last extra point, and he kind of shanked a dead hook on us to the left. And so we've got to get him back here straight on this one. There's the snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And so good form, good follow through, everything looked good right there, Hunter. Good job. 48-6 is the score, as Peabody's taking a commanding lead here in this District 14A contest. You're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel. We'll be back after this short break. Crenshaw set to kick off for the Golden Tide, and he gets a good foot into that one. Drives the ball back, and that's going to be a touchback for the Golden Tide. And so Kaz gets a good leg into that one, gets it over the head of the receivers for Greenfield. It goes into the end zone. Touchback for Peabody. Greenfield goes back on offense, 1st and 10.
Greenfield will take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
Number of substitutes in for the Golden Tide on defense. Northcutt still at quarterback, freshman for Greenfield. Pence on the carry, and that's Zay Norman hitting him right in the hole, dropping him right in his tracks.
And off to Greenfield. Austin Pence on the carry, taken down by Norman.
Wholesale substitutions for the Golden Tide coming in right here on defense. Number 52 in for the Golden Tide, Preston Peavy House. Number 61 in for the Golden Tide. I don't have a number 61, Easley's. I guess what that says. I can't read his shirt from here. And number 28 for the Golden Tide. I don't have a 28 either. Number 85 at defensive end, Keith Pfeiffer. Pass incomplete across the middle. Pretty good pass. Machowski just kind of went through his hands. Ball could have been caught. 8 minutes to play here in this contest as we're under a continuous clock. Wholesale substitutions again for Peabody. Number 77, Charlie Jewell into the contest. Excuse me, Charlie Jewell. Number 33 for Peabody. Devontae Wells. Number 54 for Peabody, James Green. And number 50 for Peabody, Crescenzio Barantos. Pass is complete. Out here to number 24.
Northcutt pass to Lewis is complete for a Greenfield first down.
First down for Greenfield as Zach Lewis caught the ball from Northcutt coming out of the backfield. And so Coach Pitt's getting some playing time for some of his younger kids here tonight.
Flag on the field.
Substitution penalty is going to be called against Peabody. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Substitution against the Golden Tide.
Illegal substitution is the call against the Golden Tide as they're running 4 or 5 players on every play.
First and 5 for Greenfield.
All right, number 2 came up and made a pretty good stick. Number 50, Crunchy Barantos, was being held out here on that play. And he goes out of the game. And new defensive linemen are being cycled in each and every play. Good job by the coaches getting as many kids into the game as they possibly can. Into the contest, jumping on the football, is number 71, Bishop Argo. And Argo sees the ball on the ground, and he's been around his daddy long enough to know that's a fumble. Get on that football. Good job, Bishop. And Peabody will take over now, 1st and 10. I just now noticed that Bishop's got a cast on his arm, looks like 007 down there, shiny. Has he broken his arm or is it just sprained? He broke it in the Milan game. Number 2, Rico Buchanan on the run, and he's tackled from behind.
Taken down by Greenfield's Machowski.
Machowski gets him from behind. Into the contest at quarterback is number 16, Mitchell Lewis. Mitchell's dad, Todd Lewis, was a good player for the Golden Tide. John Davis Prince is in at right guard.
Offsides against Greenfield.
Offsides against the Yellow Jackets. Offensive line for Peabody right now is number 71, Bishop Argo, 63, John Davis Prince. Number 67, Drew Vandiver. Number 68 for the Golden Tide. Or is that 58? I can't exactly tell. And then number 78 for Peabody is Matthew Lewis.
Taken down by Greenfield.
McCannon tackled on the play. James Green in at right guard for Peabody. Lewis throws the ball out to Rico Buchanan. Buchanan's going to be tackled by number 51 for Greenfield. That's Jeremy Lownham, a 6'3", 220-pound middle linebacker.
Pass complete to Buchanan. Taken down by Greenfield's Jeremy Lownham. Third down, Trenton Peabody.
Good to see these young players into the contest for the Golden Tide. Number 17 is one we haven't seen, Hunter Keithley. Number 80, Daniel Permenter's into the contest. His dad is the new minister at the Baptist Church, and so it's good to have these young people into the contest. Number 16, Mitchell Lewis, is dragged down finally out of bounds. Number 33, don't know if he can be given credit for a tackle out of bounds, but he did. I guess that was kind of like backyard basketball. There's no blood, no foul.
Colton McAllister on the tackle. Fourth down for Trenton.
Fourth and about 4 for the Golden Tide. 32 into the contest for Peabody is Octavius Taylor. And the ball's going to be thrown out here to number 28. I don't have him on my roster, but is that going to be enough for a first down? Going to be awfully close.
Complete to number 28.
Sure would like to see these young players get a score for the varsity here before this clock runs out.
We'll have a measurement on the field.
As even while they're measuring, the clock continues to run. Well, it stopped there at minute 39. Northcutt hands the ball off to number 41, Manus, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Several Tide men.
Line of scrimmage. Second down, Greenfield.
Pretty good stick by the Golden Tide. That's number 61 coming in there, making a good stick.
Greenfield's Blake Cobb on the carry. Third down for the Jackets.
Seconds to go in this contest. Greenfield's just been outmanned tonight by the Golden Tide from the outset. Peabody's going to win it 48-6. And we'll see you next week at Walter Kilser Stadium on the campus of Peabody High School as Peabody welcomes Gibson County Pioneers to our home stadium. Looking forward to a good ball game. We'll see everybody there. Tell you the final score one more time. Peabody wins this contest 48-6. We'll see you next week from Walter Kilser Stadium. God bless you and good night.